Hello, everyone. I'm back. We are here with our reading from the Diary of Saint Faustina. So we're going to continue where we left off yesterday. Get some light on here because we know I don't see well. 1929, the trip to Calvary. When I came to Venice for 2 months to replace a sister who had gone for her third probation, Sister Peter, who worked in the kitchen, I stayed a little longer than 2 months. One day, the Mother Superior, Irene, wanting to give me a bit of pleasure, gave me permission to go together with another sister to Calvary to walk the paths, as they say. I was delighted, although it was not very far. It was Mother Superior's wish that we should go by boat. That evening, Jesus said to me, "I want you to stay home." I answered, "Jesus, everything is ready for us to leave tomorrow morning. What am I to do now?" The Lord answered, "The trip will be harmful to your soul." I replied to Jesus, "You can find a way out. Arrange things in such a way that your will may be done." At that moment, the bell announced the time for sleep. I gave Jesus a parting glance and went to my cell. Next morning, the weather was beautiful, and my companion was filled with joy at the prospect of the great pleasure we would have in getting to see everything. But as for me, I was sure we would not go, even though there were no obstacles so far. We were to receive Holy Communion earlier and leave right after Thanksgiving. But during that time of communion, all of a sudden, the weather changed. Clouds covered the sky, and the rain came down in torrents. Everyone was astounded at such sudden change in weather. Mother Superior said to me, "I'm so sorry you cannot go, sisters." I answered, "Dear Mother, it doesn't really matter that we cannot go. It was God's will that we stay home." However, no one knew that it was Jesus' expressed desire that I stay home. I spent the whole day in recollection and meditation, thanking the Lord for having kept me home. That day, God granted me many heavenly consolations. One time during the Novity, when Mother directress sent me to work in the ward's kitchen, I was very upset because I could not manage the pots, which were very large. The most difficult task for me was draining the potatoes, and sometimes I split half of them with the water. When I was told when I told this to Mother Directress, she said that the time I would get to it and gain the necessary skill. Yet the task was not getting any easier as I was growing weaker every day. So I would move away when it was time to drain the potatoes. The sisters noticed that I avoided the task and were very much surprised. They did not know that I could not help in spite of all my willingness to do this and not spare myself. At noon, during the examination of conscience, I explained to God about my weakness. Then I heard the following words in my soul: "From today on, you will do this easily. I shall strengthen you." That evening, when the time came to drain off the water from the potatoes, I hurried to be the first to do it, trusting in the Lord's words. I took the pot up with ease and poured off the water perfectly. When I took off the cover to let the potatoes steam off, I saw in the pot, in the place of potatoes, whole bunches of red roses, beautiful beyond description. I had never seen such roses before. Greatly astonished and unable to understand the meaning of this, I heard a voice within me saying, "I changed such hard work of yours into bouquets of most beautiful flowers, and their perfumes rise up to my throne." From then on, I have tried to drain the potatoes myself, not only during my week when it was my turn to cook, but also in replacement of other sisters when it was their turn. And not only do I do this, but I try to be the first to help in any other burdensome task, because I've experienced how much this pleases God. Oh, inexhaustible treasure of purity of intention, which makes all your actions perfect and so pleasing to God. Oh, Jesus, you know how weak I am. Be then ever with me. Guide my actions and my whole being. You are my very best teacher. Truly, Jesus, I become frightened when I look at my own misery, but at the same time, I am reassured by your unfathomable mercy, which exceeds my misery by the measure of all eternity. This disposition of soul clothes me in your power. O joy that flows from the knowledge of oneself, O unchanging truth, your constancy is everlasting. When I felt sick, probably the beginning of consumption after my vows, and when, despite the kind and solicitous care of my superiors and the efforts of the doctor, I felt neither better nor worse, remarks began to reach my ears which inferred that I was making believe. With that, my suffering was doubled, and this lasted for quite a long time. One day I complained to Jesus that I was being a burden to the sisters. Jesus answered me, "You're not living for yourself, but for souls, and other souls that profit from your suffering. Your prolonged suffering will give them light and strength to accept my will." We will leave it there for today. And we will be back tomorrow for some more. It's interesting so far. Um, it, you know, it seems like she had to do a lot of suffering. I don't know, to be who she was to Jesus. So, I'm kind of curious as we get further into it. You know, where this goes with Saint Faustina, and you know, we were talking about this on our Facebook page, and what our thoughts were on it. And I mean, my thoughts are that she had to suffer so much in order to do what she had to do in regards to divine mercy. So we'll see. I don't know, but it's very interesting so far. I guess we'll see where it goes. I'll be back tonight for our daily Bible study. I had quite a busy week this week, so I'm a day behind, but I will get it out there for you. And yeah, we'll go from there. And I'll be posting also the new Bible study for the week. So until then, God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. It's kind of gloomy here in New England. Get some rain today, but that's good because my newly planted vegetables need it. So, but anyway, have a great day today. God bless you all. Be safe. Be kind to each other.